Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. I am on the dirtiest beach in the UK. It's been awarded a brown flag for the quality of its bathing water. Let's find out why. Welcome to Porthpoo.
Porthpoo, we're going with that.
Beach.
Poo Beach. So we're talking about poo.
Yeah.
That could be poo.
It just riles me. This week we read an article in Cornwall Live. It popped up in our feed and it told us that Cornwall had one of the dirtiest beaches in the UK. Where is it? Well, we're on our way now to take a look. We're on the mystery beach that won a brown flag award for its water cleanliness in 2024. What do you think that is?
Well, I'm hoping it's mud.
Yeah. Welcome to Porthpoo.
Porthpoo, we're going with that.
Beach.
Poo Beach. Do you know what? You wouldn't have any idea, would you?
No.
This is actually beautiful.
It's actually in an area of outstanding natural beauty.
Yeah, you can see why.
Indeed. So we need to find somewhere a bit more sheltered away from this wind. It is relentless. We're going to go up on the hill and let's tell you a bit more about Poo Beach. So where are we? This is the stunning Porthlooney Beach on the south coast of Cornwall. It's near the Carhays estate and is in fact part of the estate. With a sheltered position and large flat sandy beach, it's a favourite for locals and tourists alike. There's a car park, cafe, toilets and the castle gardens are open for part of the year to visit. And it's also a wedding venue. This is actually Porthlooney Beach on the Roseland Peninsula. It's near Carhays Castle. In fact, it's owned by that estate, by Carhays. And it's been awarded a brown flag status by holidayparkguru.co.uk. So what are they? They're obviously a website, a .co.uk, and they review campsites across the UK and Europe. They've been to Cornwall, Devon, Dorset, and they give you a top 10 list of suggested campsites that you might want to visit. The website states ads and links in bold may give us a small payment from the seller, although it is difficult to establish paid links from formatting. Just how impartial are they? Would it be in their interest to name and shame a beach near a campsite that pays them? They say that receiving payment will not affect their review. They've also considered giving really horrible, nasty bathing water places a brown flag, and this is kind of their scheme that they've come up with. So that's why we're here today, to find out what's going on and is it deserved? Does Porthlooney Beach deserve to have the status of a brown flag beach?
So I've heard about this on the radio this week, I've read about it in newspapers, it's online. There's been a poonami of social media information out there. And to be honest with you, the people that own this beach, they're not going to be very flushed
with the news.
With the news, no. So,
in case their business goes down the pan.
Very good. Very good. You must be driving them potty. Any more? Are we done?
I think we're done.
Okay.
Let's share the list of the 13 dirtiest beaches in the UK according to holidayparkguru.co.uk. So they call it their top of the plops.
Very good.
Can we get the music?
Should do, shouldn't we? A countdown, isn't it? Dun 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 dun.
At number 13, we won't go through all of them, we'll just highlight some of the ones that you guys might know about. And I was surprised Scarborough's on here.
Yeah, that's number 12. You've got Weston-super-Mare at number 8.
Yeah, Blackpool at number 5, but topping the chart,
yes, Porthlooney
Beach here in Cornwall.
You would have thought it.
Yeah, it's quite sad, isn't it, that Cornish Beach, because we've always got tourists coming here. We have such a high water rates to reflect the fact that we've got to have clean beaches. Why have we got a dirty beach in Cornwall?
They did go on to say though, but I think Cornwall was in the top 4 of excellent rated beaches if you took all of the beaches in Cornwall with that data.
Okay, so that's a balance, isn't it?
And what are they specifically looking at then? What makes this
How do they come up with these figures?
so dirty?
Okay, so they spent hours collating Environment Agency testing data. So the tests are done between May and October. They're looking for 2 specific bacteria. One I can't pronounce, but the other one is E. coli. Both of them are present in animal and human fecal matter. They give you bad tummy aches. One is E. coli, so the other one, it's this one. I can't pronounce that.
So we're talking about poo.
Yeah. Potentially human poo on the beach.
I've got thinking about music we could play over the top of this.
Yeah.
I think there was a track by Pooey Lewis and the News.
No.
We could go with that.
Is there any more?
No, I'll have to think about it.
Right, so let's go down and take a look at the beach and the setup down there and see if we can identify any potential sources of human or animal poo. So what's your local beach? Are you lucky enough to live near a beach? Is it clean? Has it got excellent water quality? Do you even know? We went online to the Environment Agency and South West Water to find out more information, and we'll run that now as we're heading down towards the beach. The water authority that reports on this beach is South West Water. They say the water quality is poor for 2023, with it gradually getting worse over the last 3 years. They say bathing is not advised. The testing results for E. coli and intestinal enterococci show spikes in June, in the holiday season of July and August going into September, and a spike in October. So as you can see, the graphs indicate that there's a little bit of a spike at busier times when you'd expect more people to be on the beach, at holiday times. Does that have a correlation with the water quality? Well, let's go and have a look at the way the beach and toileting and the cafe and everything is set up.
Are we actually filming this?
Yeah. What's our channel become?
This would be a great point to say, if you're enjoying today's video, give it a good old thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment, and if you haven't done so already and you want more videos about poo on Cornwall's beaches, then consider subscribing.
But on a serious note, you know, if visitors are coming to Cornwall, it's kind of important to know about these things, and you want to maintain a good level for the tourists when they come to Cornwall. I think it's important.
Yeah, I'd go as far to say I think it's embarrassing.
Would you?
Well, yeah. You know, you'd expect, you come down on your holiday, you expect things to be right, isn't it? But
yeah.
So, I mean, this report.
Well, let's get to the bottom of why. I don't know if we're in frame here at the moment.
The bottom.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Come on then.
Freudian slip. But I do think we should go and take a proper look and find out why things aren't right.
Okay. So are we looking for potential sources of where this poo's coming from?
Yeah.
Okay, well I think I found a culprit there. So, that's Dirty Brian over there.
And Stinky John.
He clearly doesn't wipe his bum very well, does he?
No.
Look at that.
Bless him. And you have got a mind where you're stepping in this field, haven't you?
I've been everywhere. But I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if that was the source of this.
So what's your gut feeling?
Well, my gut feeling, when I first read that, I thought that must be an issue with overflow from South West Water, from storm drains getting washed down onto the beach, and that's probably where this data was coming from. So we checked South West Water's website, and they say there are no overflows impacting this beach.
So there is another potential source of poo down near the cove.
Let's go and look at poo.
Human poo. Shall I tell you what just crossed my mind? You know, you go to the nth degree to get footage. It crossed my mind that you might actually wait in the field for something to happen.
No, I'm not doing that.
Good. Let's go.
How long do you think I have to wait? Would it add to the video? I usually get B-roll, not P-roll.
Do you know, one of the things I'm struggling with, this is a really serious subject.
It is, isn't it?
But because you keep making poo jokes and making me laugh.
Sorry.
I'm really struggling with the serious Sarah. And the silly Sarah, bonkers. So the serious side to all of this, obviously there is a number of businesses here. You've got Carhays Castle, they open their gardens and they do private tours of the castle, which is their livelihood. You've also got the cafe down in the car park. The car park is owned by the castle, that gives them revenue. They also do weddings here. Would you like your wedding to have a view of poo? I don't think so. So there is a serious side about all of this and the rating and the impact it could have on the reputation of this place.
So we've been to Porthallowney and Carhays quite a few times. We've done it's a lovely stretch to do on the southwest coast path, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this isn't the first time that Carhays have actually been in the newspaper for the wrong reasons.
Controversial
reasons. And I mean, there's been a lot of comment over the last few years. They've introduced ANPR into the car park. It's been catching a lot of people out. It's been ruining a lot of people's holidays. We actually made a video about it last year. Perhaps we could leave a link to that at the end of this video.
Yeah, but I think this is an entirely standalone video, and it might have a happy outcome, might have a different conclusion.
Okay.
Who knows?
It's interesting, Sarah. So this is the beach information board here at Porthallowney. It tells us all about the water quality and everything. It says on here the latest annual classification is 2022, and it says that it's 1 star, which is sufficient.
Oh, well, we know that's changed.
Well, we're filming this is May 2024, so that's out of date. If you arrive as a tourist, you come here, you've got this beautiful beach. There's nothing to indicate to you that this is the dirtiest beach in the UK. It's poor, isn't it? There's kids out there.
I know.
And
they're in the stream, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in the stream, aren't they? And you know.
So what's going wrong here? Let's find out what's going wrong. We're going to go and take a closer look at the toilets here, see if they could be contaminating the beach. Loo there with no wash basin, and then there's another couple around there, but they're so old, aren't they?
Well,
can you age them?
they really are really old, aren't they? I mean, what 1930s, 1940s, 50s, something like that. What I'd love to know is whether that just goes straight into this stream.
We'll never know.
No. I mean, it may well be that just goes into some sort of private septic tank, or...
We've got a septic tank at home, should be manhole covers where you can empty it. Should we have a little scout around, or is that a bit too far? What are you doing?
I'm going to look for a pipe or a drain.
Okay.
You know, I'm on a mission now to find out where waste from this toilet goes.
There's no smell.
There isn't, is there? Can't see any pipe going out into the stream.
No.
There's nothing there.
Probably did years ago.
Okay, right. Manhole covers, that's the next thing.
Off you go then.
Because it could be like a septic tank or something like that here, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you want me to film it, ladies?
Yeah, I did actually. It's really weird. Anything up here, is there? No. Where's he gone?
Oh, found something.
Yeah, alright, I can see it's a manhole.
Let me lift it up and have a little look.
No.
So, right, there's obviously clearly a manhole there, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay, so if there's a manhole, it's probably a septic tank.
Yes, you would think so. So
Is
is there anything...
It's probably going...
There's something concrete over there.
Concrete there.
That way?
Well, they normally line up, don't they? So they're usually a straight line. So that's coming from there. So it's probably up here somewhere. What's this? Look, in here.
Oh, yes! Oh. Bingo! Oh, yeah. Two, yeah. So we have a septic tank at home, and we've got 2 manhole covers, haven't we?
For emptying the septic tank, won't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's clearly not the toilets here then.
Absolutely.
To be something else.
Yeah. So we think we might have eliminated human poo. The other source is possibly animal poo, and let's just share with you the document that points in that direction. In 2020, the Environment Agency released a bathing water profile for Porthluni. It said the Environment Agency have carried out extensive additional catchment monitoring alongside the Environmental Agency routine bathing water monitoring. The agency have used DNA tracing techniques to help us identify whether sources of fecal pollution are animal or human. The results have suggested the predominant source is ruminant in both dry and wet weather conditions. Importantly, it also says that there is no sewage infrastructure in the area, and investigations have focused almost entirely on identifying effects from agriculture. Okay, so although those toilets look like 1930s toilet block.
They remind me of the toilet block out at my school back in the 1970s, early 80s.
And did you try and pee over the wall into the girls?
I did, yeah.
Okay, less said about that the better. However, we found evidence that there is a septic tank there, so we've kind of eliminated human poo in the water. So what other type of poo could it be?
Well, if it's not human poo, it's got to be some sort of animal poo, I would have thought.
Okay, so the Environment Agency does suggest, there is a report online that suggests that it is animal poo. In fact, they have a word for it that I can't remember now. It was, no.
Ruminant.
Ruminant, that's it. We had to look it up because we'd never heard that word before. And it means coming from animals. So, how does that happen? This is a valley, huge catchment area up St Ewe, I believe, and beyond.
Yeah, with a little stream that comes into Porthluni here, and it's 13 kilometres long is the source of it. I can't believe it, how long that is. But we're in a really, really rural area. There's no big sort of towns, there's certainly no cities or anything like that. It's mainly agricultural, and they reckon there's about 20 farms, around 20 farms in this catchment area.
Several
and a lot
campsites
of them,
as well.
yeah, and a lot of those farms are livestock farms, sheep and beef and that sort of thing. And as you said, there's a handful of campsites along the route as well. And they've actually done DNA testing of the the poo that's come out of here to try and work out who's responsible, where it's come from. Do you know, it's a really having to do that.
Stop making me laugh, you're making me silly, Sarah. We're trying to make a serious point. That serious point is that the topography of the ground with steep-sided valleys and lots of animal grazing with sheep and cattle means there's just lots of poo. So what have they done about it? Over the last 3 or 4 years, they've tried to fence off the river so that sheep and cattle can't actually get too close, so it reduces the amount of poo falling directly into the river. And they do say that with higher rainfall events, you get more poo running off the land into the water, and that's what creates a spike in the E. coli and other one that I can't pronounce bacteria.
So it was Dirty Brian then? He's responsible. He needs to learn how to wipe his bum.
Yeah. So in this case, there isn't anything to do with the landowner, it's nothing to do with South West Water. It is just a combination of circumstances, and we can't pinpoint any particular person to blame for this. It's just natural.
I'd go as far as to say I actually feel that the negativity around Porthluni and Carhays is really unfortunate, isn't it? Because it's really, it's certainly not the estate's responsibility for causing this, as far as I can see.
Well, no, I mean, I guess some of those will be tenanted farms, and they might have further measures that they can implement, mightn't they? And possibly with the events that have happened over the last few years, and possibly less funding. We know nothing about that, and we can't comment on grants available to clean up water. But yeah, we can only tell you that the Environment Agency concluded it was animal poo.
So we can clearly state it's not South West Water for overflows into
there's
the
none
system.
around this area.
It's not the public toilet block here at Carhays Estate, as far as we can understand.
Yeah.
It's not the actual quality of the actual sea water.
No, it's the stream that feeds
that's feeding it. So somewhere
dirty.
Upstream, and this 13-kilometre stream, from time to time, is getting polluted, probably with animal waste. And when they come and do their testing, it's off the scale.
Yeah. End of, really?
Yeah. I ain't going in. I'll just have an ice cream.
Yes, too cold.
I'm sure you at home will have some better puns than this, but I like doing music-related puns to go with the video. So you could have anything by the Four Plops. Yeah. Do you remember Boney M?
Yeah.
Brown trout in the ring. You could have that one. Or anything by the lead guitarist in Guns N' Roses.
Who's that?
Slash.
Oh, no. So bringing this back to the Brown Flag Award, is it fair to ask the beach to show a brown flag that's been awarded by a website that hasn't actually investigated a little bit more into why Porthlooney is #1 on their list? I think it's really unfair as a local, it's really annoying, and it's really embarrassing because it's wrong. It's not fair to do that to a little cove like this and not understand why, in my opinion. Yes, the bathing water quality might at times spike up, but that is literally due to the nature of the land around here, and they've done everything they can, and I really think it just riles me.
Can I also add though, because there's been again a lot in the press about water companies and discharge of raw sewage basically because of storm overflows, and it happens, you know, it does happen, and we get a lot of wet weather and storm events here, and it seems to be more and more often you're hearing about this, and a lot of people will use the coastline, they'll go surfing or they'll go swimming, and they get ill afterwards, isn't it? So is it the water authorities that really should be doing more? And ultimately, who should pay for this? Should it be the people that live in that community all year round, or should it be sometimes the tourists that come down and maybe use that for a couple of weeks in the year?
Now that leads us on. Yeah, it leads us on quite nicely actually. There's a lot of talk at the moment about a tourism tax, isn't there, in Cornwall? Right. Perhaps that's another video in next week's video.
If you want to see a video like that, then leave a note in the comments. Yeah. We always like your feedback. So it's just animal poo?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how,
grazing.
What do you do about that?
I don't know.
Cow nappies?
Put nappies on cows.
Are we done?
Yes.
Time for poo.
There goes another little brown trout. What have you just found as we're leaving?
Literally. So this is a sign right by the entrance to the car park. And to be honest with you, if you drive in this car park, you park your car and you pay down there and you go on the beach, are you actually going to read this sign?
Are you excusing yourself for not finding it there?
Well, I'm basically saying, but there is a sign, it says Porthlooney, latest annual classification 2023, poor bathing water quality, advice against bathing.
Yes. Gosh. So it is there.
So it is there? Well, why haven't they put it on the sign with all the beach information?
Well, I guess they have to display it somewhere. It's not something you're proud of.
Prominent
so
though, is it?
Maybe it's in the lav at the back of the house.
In the interest of fairness.
Yes, it is displayed. It is displayed. Okay. The sign also explains that £2 million has been spent improving discharges and protecting the bathing water. And the brown scum that we have been filming is actually a common marine algae, which is often mistaken for sewage as it forms foam and a brown scum, but it is not toxic. We hope you've enjoyed our video.
The BBC don't give you this standard of broadcasting, do they?
I don't know where we are next week. I do know that in a couple of weeks' time I'll be going on a beach clean. Ooh. So that'll be good. I can't remember. I'll put the details at the end of this video. And until then, I think that's all that we can say on the subject of poo. So we're going to plop off home now.
Very good. Very good.
And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.